Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back into it. Today is Saturday. Happy Saturday, January 11th of 2024, almost 4 p.m. So yeah, I had two straight videos on this young lady, and I want to get into something in relation to her real quick, and then I want to get into a dream that a Reverend Tony had in relation to the Antichrist. I came across this material and I thought I would save it for this evening because, again, it's deep. So as you guys will probably remember, if you haven't, check out the last two videos. Lindsay Horvath is the one who all over social media, people were asking, why is she wearing, and why was she wearing an upside down cross? Now let me give you a little background on her. Lindsay Patricia Horvath is an American politician, advertising executive, and activist. She is currently serving as a member of the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors for the 3rd District, which covers the San Fernandino Valley, and served as chair of Los Angeles County in 2024. And she's also been a mayor twice, too. Wow, so yeah, that's her background. Now, this is the controversial film I ran earlier. As you can see, she has on a upside down cross. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, and she delivered information on the 9th of this year, January 9th, with the upside down cross, and social media is ablaze asking, what's going on with that? So I did two videos on that, and like I said, the gentleman's got on maroon, like in the purple family. It reminds me again of the Phoenicians. So let's look at that date and let's go forward. This was the day she spoke, 1/9 of 2025. And this is all in relation to the fires that are going on in LA. So the day she spoke in relation to the fires was January 9th of 2025. And this is her last birthday, 6/30 of 2024. It's exactly 6 months, 1 week, and 4 days ago. And what is 6/14? Well, June 14th just happens to be, coincidentally, Donald Trump's birthday. Now that's deep, right? It blew my mind, it's still blowing my mind. But now, check this out. I'm like, let me get some latest and greatest on information since last night and this morning, any press conferences, and lo and behold, there's a press conference that just started, see, about an hour ago, and she's leading it. This lady has a big position. The mayor isn't in this video that I could tell, but this lady is holding it. I want you to see this, but I want you to concentrate on what this guy does with his hands. Is he making a pyramid is what I'm saying. Watch what happens here.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I really appreciate your strong, clear, and resolute leadership in this time of crisis. I know that people are concerned, and the united partnership of everyone standing here this morning is essential to ensuring that everyone remains safe and that we are able to move forward towards recovery in a united fashion. LA County had another night of unimaginable terror and heartbreak, and even more Angelenos evacuated due to the northeast expansion of the Palisades fire. I want to thank all of you who have.
Did you see that? He looks like left, right. Is he scratching his hand, inside his hand? Or is he doing the pyramid sign? Let's watch it again.
United fashion. LA County had another night of unimaginable terror and heartbreak, and even more Angelenos evacuated due to the northeast expansion of the Palisades fire. I want to thank all of you who have and are swiftly evacuated.
That's the only time that happened. People, I tell you, the more I research, the more I've been scratching my head. Did he make the pyramid sign like Egyptian and or all-seeing eye? This thing's getting off the chain. And then I've got people asking me, well, Pearson, so what? Her birthday subtracted from her last birthday subtracted from the day that she spoke about the fire. She just happened to have on the necklace. Well, people, what are the odds that would happen? And majority of people that I know, they would question an upside down cross. And I would think that that would be in poor taste to have it on. But she had it on. And to answer the person's question, are you alluding that I'm saying that Trump got something to do with this? What I'm saying is this, people. How many videos have I done over the last month and a half where Trump's birthday keeps coming up? Let me give it to you straight. My last videos the last week, I've been talking about aliens. I've been talking about serpent children. To me, they're one and the same. I believe they have taken over the world. Yes, and they're in our leadership. And guess what? They are speaking through different events, which and or could be allegedly our leaders. That's what I'm saying. And if I keep seeing 614, what is that saying to me? Look, it's making me think that something's going on beyond our normal control, beyond our normal thinking. I have a gift to bring these things out. I don't think anybody else brought this out before I did. I'm sure God gave it to me. It blew my mind. It's still blowing my mind. So you can believe whatever you want to believe. I get it. But people, I'm not ignoring what I'm looking at. It's got Donald Trump's birthday. Coincidentally, whatever. It keeps coming up. What is that saying? Does that mean that he is a part of it? Does it mean he's not a part of it? Does it mean that they're signifying like the Phoenicians of old, when they conquer something, they leave clues? I teach the 5 C's of clues, codes, colors, the confirmation, time, and conclusion, and the date. I think people are so caught up in Trump. Any little thing you say about him, they lose their mind. Don't lose your mind. Understand the time. Serpent children are real. They were in the Garden of Eden. Why would they not go to the top? Ain't nothing at the bottom to get. We ain't got that kind of power to make anything significantly change unless we do it through the precious blood of Jesus. Hallelujah. But other than that, the serpent children would go to the top. Guess who's at the top? 614 is at the top. His name is Donald J. Trump. To me, it signifies they're taking it over. So in other words, it ain't got nothing to do with him to a certain extent. He would be just a tool, even if he knows. I mean, I'm just speculating, but the bottom line, if the number is coming up, and I do believe that serpent children are here, what they're saying to us through the events is that at the top, we're running things. And who's at the top? 614 is at the top. Ain't nothing else to argue about as far as I'm concerned. You don't ignore what you see. This is the first time in human history we'll be able to put things together like this. It's the last days. It's the last hour. They're about to bring a one world system. I don't know what else to tell you. Trump announced the golden age. But before that happened, what I said about a week ago, I've been talking about somebody who said dark Gothic mega. Well, ain't nobody defining what that crap is. What is a dark Gothic mega? Can we speculate that now that's what Trump's about? Since Elon Musk is the one who said it? Is that where they're going right now? Are you going to follow somebody who want to be part of a dark Gothic mega? I sure in the hell ain't. So people, think of, when you ask me these questions, watch enough of my videos and get a perspective. I'm going to say it again. Watch enough of my videos so you can have perspective. It's irrelevant to you if you don't believe the Bible. It's irrelevant to you if you don't think there are serpent children, which are nothing but evil spirits. I don't just pull these numbers out of my hat. God shows me things, I put it together, the numbers come out. It is what it is. And I'm not going to ignore it. And I suggest you don't. There's only one King of Kings and Lord of Lords. His name is Jesus the Christ. He sacrificed his life. Either you're going to get with him or you're going to deny him. But the bottom line is, on this earth, 614 keeps showing up. And the serpent children have taken things over. Because you know it's a mathematical improbability that this number keeps coming up. And that's all I got to say about it. Now this man stood up here and made this, he done made this sign here. Come on, man. Let's look at it again. Or a lead sign. Watch it. Watch his hands.
Terror and heartbreak, and even more Angelenos evacuated due to the northeast expansion of the Palisades fire. I want to thank all of you who have...
Come on, man. How many videos have I done since I've been doing this almost 4 years on all my channels? Where somebody in the background, in the middle of a conference, does this little pyramid thing. And I'm going to say allegedly. How many I got to show you? Man, come on. Let's go further. Now, a lot of people sending me emails have been talking about it with Pearson. Don't you know they got the 2028 Olympics coming up? I'm going to say it again, Pearson. Don't you know they got the 2028 Olympics coming up? Yeah, I know. Then now, what are they going to do with the land that's barren? Insurance companies faded out. People reporting that State Farm warned LA long time ago, at least a year ago, whatever. We bailing out of this industry. You know, let's see if we can Google that. See if I can make sense of this thing. State Farm Insurance bailed out of Los Angeles coverages. From what I understood, they did this. State Farm slammed over multi-billion-dollar policy bailout. Now they got a bailout, right? Let's read this here. Insurance business State Farm slammed over multi-billion-dollar policy bailout. Customer watchdog has called on California Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Lara to convene a public hearing regarding State Farm's proposal 30% hike in homeowners insurance rates. The advocacy group argues that the increase is intended to bolster the insurer's overall financial health rather than cover expected claims. Consumer Watchdog claims the unprecedented proposal could result in a $5.2 billion burden on the policyholders over the next 4 years. So they went up on the premiums. But put in the comment section, did you hear that they said they were getting out of LA anyway? Is that what you heard? Here it is here. They're going to stop writing homeowner policies in 2023. On Friday, May 20th, State Farm General Insurance announced it would temporarily stop writing new homeowners and certain commercial insurance policies in California. Announcements such as State Farm's can create uncertainty and anxiety among consumers looking for homeowners insurance, while the California Department of Insurance cannot legally control a company's business decision. We can help consumers navigate their own. Look at that. May 26th, Friday, May, and then this is May 30th posted. Isn't that something? So yeah, they're getting out of Dodge. They don't want to do any more coverage. And what I'm getting at is now people are saying, well, Pearson, investigate, try to get some more information and background on what State Farm did. Okay, there it is. And now in relation to the 2028 Olympics they're going to have, people are speculating that, well, you know, now what's going to happen to that land? And will it be utilized by new developers? And will they capitalize? I don't know. But let's look at some dates. July 14th, 2028 is when the Olympics are supposed to be in Los Angeles. July 14th. Take July 14th, 2028, that date, Olympic start, versus 1/7/2028. Now the fire started in 2025. So if you take 1/7 of 2028, subtract it from the date the first Olympic starts, the difference, people, is 189 days. Now what's 189? Let's look at it. The 189th day of the year is July 8th. What's 7/8? Trump is 78 years old right about now, okay? So, I don't know, is that coincidence? But watch this. They made the decision about having this thing in Los Angeles on July 11th of 2017. July 11th, all right? If you take July 11th of 2025, this year would be the anniversary of that decision they made, versus 1/7/2025, the day that the fire started in LA, the difference is 185 days. What's 185? The 185th day of the year, people, was July 4th. We became a nation July 4th, 1776. Is that coincidence? It's deep. Now let's go back on something, because I was thinking about something before all this went down. I was thinking about this information I gathered here. We're talking May 26th of 2023. May 26th of 2023. May 26th of 2023. That's when they made that decision, right? To not insure any more homes for a while, right? Let's see. That's interesting. May 26, 2023, the decision was made. State Farm not to do any more insurance policies on homes and those businesses, versus the day that the fire started, 1/7/2025. The difference is 84 weeks and 4 days. Who was born August 4th? Barack Obama. Just put it out there. I ain't saying that. I ain't trying to get in trouble. I'm just saying. You know, look how these dates is, you know, coming together, so to speak. I don't know, people. It's deep. Now let me segue into the atmosphere of the moment. And then we're going to go straight to this Antichrist, this Tony, this evangelist, this prophet guy calls himself Prophet Tony. I want you guys to see this video. This is the first guy that I had reported about 3 or 4 days ago that they actually caught. And he had the kerosene thing, lighter on him. He's riding a bicycle. I want you to see, and I'm noticing also a pattern. It's going to put it out there. Ladies in purple. There's another guy that was in purple. I've seen a lot of situations where people are in purple, but I'm not going to go there right about now. But I want you to see this guy come out of nowhere, and he literally ran this guy down. Watch this.
Ignited, but in most cases that doesn't happen. Unfortunately, in many cases, it has to do with the human component, which is arson.
And of course, we are working to figure out if this person has officially been charged or anything of that nature. I'm leaving this video up so folks can get a look, because it is.
That's the guy with the legs. His legs are down, but another guy's in purple, but this is the guy. The police wind up not charging him for any arson, but he got him on a felony on some other kind of stuff. But watch how this thing began. Watch this here.
A rather lengthy video coming in from Chris Summer. This is again via Storyful, but you can see the neighbors kind of take him to the ground and hold on to him. Later on, you'll see police arrive and they take him away. So again, he was detained. It's not clear if he was arrested, charged. All of that is still left to figure out. But that is a guy who officials say was carrying a blowtorch, kind of held down by those neighbors right near the Kenneth fire. I do want to ask, do other states who don't necessarily experience wild...
Did you see that? Did you see that neighbor, what he did? Man, he was after this dude. Watch this. Watch this.
I do want to ask, do other states who don't necessarily experience wildfires like this have the resources to send over to places like California? Because we know Florida, for instance, deals with wildfires, but
Isn't that something, people? What a nightmare. What a nightmare. Now check this out. Here's Reverend Tony. Well, actually, call him Prophet Tony. I'll put this in the description. My wife and daughter took the mark of the beast and it changed them. Family decision is coming. This was done 3 weeks ago. Great miracles, great miracles. I'm gonna play the video and then I'm gonna respond. Basically, in the video, the guy is saying, look, the Antichrist is here. He is here and he's calling shots. I only get to play a minute of people's videos. That's the rule on YouTube. So let me do that and let me go from there, okay? Check it out.
This first dream that I want to talk about that God showed me is about the Antichrist. He's already here. He's already calling shots, as we can see, as how chaotic the world is. And so it started out, I live in a subdivision, and it started out with my wife and I. We got in the car and we went over to a neighbor's house. And while we were standing on the porch talking to the neighbor, a car pulled up. And when this car pulled up, a man got out of the car and walked up to the door where we were talking to our neighbor. And he was the Antichrist. And he began to talk about the things that he offered.
He talked to them for a little while, trying to persuade him and his family about all the good things he could do for them and the new system and this, that, and the other. It reminded me of how Satan's temptation works. Taking you to the mountain, showing you all the gold, the silver, the real estate, and all the things you can have. This is basically what the guy is saying. He's got 2 dreams, and I'm going to concentrate on the one. The dream, and notice what he said. The Antichrist people is already here. And that's what I've been saying. And I did say in yesterday's evening video in my live, is that I do believe now we're in the actual first part of tribulation. You got to admit things are not the same. You know, I've been struggling with that thing for a while, and I'm just convinced we're in it. Things are changing, and you can tell that things are being orchestrated. And this has got to be a spiritual aspect where, again, people might call them theorizing, that Satan has his people in position. And a lot of these people in position, they're serpent children, or they're part of a bloodline. And this is what they're doing. They're literally devouring the earth, causing chaos. At the same time, they're bringing in a one-world religion, a one-world economic system, one-world political system, and everything's changing. So the Antichrist got out of a car and he started making his family an offer. Long and short of it is that they left. They went home. Tony gathered his family together to talk about the situation. In the middle of him talking about it, the Antichrist came back and he came to their home, because they're at home now, right? And he says, the door never opened. Ain't that deep? He said, the door never opened. He said, the door just opened up on his own and the Antichrist came in. He said, it's a man. He's smooth, handsome, debonair, talks very well. Very deceptive, all the right words. His words can mesmerize you, and it will actually confound you and convict you to do beyond your normal rationale if you don't have the Holy Spirit in you. Now that's deep, y'all. If you don't have that discernment of the Holy Spirit in you, he says the Antichrist, basically his words are smooth as silk. And he said what happened was that the Antichrist started walking around his dinner table. He says, so he stood up and they locked eyes as they were walking around the table, in opposite directions. And and he's talking to the family about joining him in the new Antichrist system. He said at the end, his family did join, and they walked outside and they got into a van. And he felt, I think basically he said they were going to come after him, and he ran. He ran out into the wilderness and stayed out there a long time, but he was hungry. So he came back and he saw his wife and daughter again. He came back and talked to them, but they weren't the same. He says basically, once they took that mark, they're not the same. And then he met the woman who, then he met the man who was with his wife. Get this, with his wife. And what he said was that, what he felt in the dream was that it's not about being married anymore. It's about whoever you find, that's who you with. And that's what it is. You know, love who you want to live, love who you want to love, that type of situation. It's not about marriage and honoring God. And so he was trying to talk to his family, but it didn't work. And then the police who worked for the Antichrist came after Tony again, and he ran out in the wilderness again, and then that was the end of the dream. But people, I do believe, I'm coming across this stuff like you're coming across it. Do I believe every dream and stuff that I hear? No. But people, look, I believe God is trying to show us, he's trying to tell us something. He's trying to prepare us. He's just saying, look, I'm coming one day, it's soon. Knock, knock, knock on the door. And as you can see, God is utilizing my channel. I'm trying to do the best I can to show people things. As I find things, I'm going to speak on it. So let me know what you feel in the comment section. Have you heard of this gentleman's site before? I'll put it in the comment section. Do you believe there's an Antichrist? Do you believe he's alive? I do believe he's alive. I do believe he's alive. I do believe he's calling shots. And I do believe with every day we're going to see more and more what Tony and other people are saying, that the system that he has in place is revealing itself. It is revealing itself because, like I said in my last night's live video, Satan is a manager. He sets up things, you set up things. You make plans, he makes plans. He looks like you look like the image of God. Basically, he thinks and he plans and he manages people, he supervises, and he does. But his is for a dark purpose. Yours is for the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. People also ask the question in the comment section. They've been saying Jesus is supposed to come for a long, long time. People, this is it. I'm telling you, I'm informing you. Jesus is coming. These are the last days. The difference is this. This is prophecy of everything culminated at the same time. Religion, banking, politics, all this chaos, it's all here. This here has got to be in relation to the 4 horses of the apocalypse. It's coming, and Jesus is coming. That's what I know. God bless you, and God bless America.